Jack and Jerry Briscoe are regulars, Harley Race, Mike Graham, Steve Kern, all these local wrestlers. I approached Jack and Jerry Briscoe.
But this is quite unusual. We have a challenge here, arm wrestling.
And here you see the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant, and Terry the Hulk Boulder. Dickie Steinborn in to instruct the gentleman on the rules of this arm wrestling match. Going into grips, look at the size of the Giant's hand. Look at that hand. Dickie Steinborn explaining what must be done to win this match, and they have started evenly matched so far. An even match. Billy Spears at ringside, shouting encouragement to his Hulk. Right now it's even, Dickie Steinborn.
I can't believe this, that Hulk is really holding his own with the world's largest wrestler, but the Hulk looks like on his facial expression.
He's got a slight advantage.
It looks like on the Hulk's facial expression that maybe Andre is coming down with the arm, and Andre says he has never arm wrestled anyone before, and this is a first right here on television. Look at the leverage they're pulling on now.
Down, knees going to the mat. It's back and forth, even match. Billy Spears.
Andre goes after Spears. Oh, he just hit Andre with the table.
Andre the Giant.
He's bleeding, Charlie. He's bleeding from the forehead. Andre the Giant is bleeding in the ring, and the Hulk. Andre is trying to get him, and he hits him. The Hulk backs out of that ring and falls to the floor, and the manager of the Hulk sends him back in there again. He's going after Andre again. He's hitting that cut place on Andre's head, and Andre is stunned from the hit on the head by that table. The Giant is down in the corner. And the Hulk is still on him. He's tearing at him. He's trying to really open him up and take him out of commission for good. He's biting at it now, Charlie. Let's see if we get somebody in there to stop this. Andre is bleeding from the forehead, and the Hulk is back in there again. This is the first time I've ever seen that, but don't cut that.
Andre's coming back.
Here he comes.
The big man is mad.
I hate to be in Terry Boulder's shoes now, but he's fighting him. Look at those two Supermen in the ring tearing at each other. Andre's got a hold of him. I'm telling you something, Charlie. That's the wildest thing I've ever seen. There's the
arm wrestling
world's biggest.
Because it's an illustration of what your intention was. Now, right now, of course, the Mongolian Stomper is...
You betcha. Keep one thing in mind. That big Hulk is 300 pounds. He stands 6'7", and did you see the eighth wonder wailing on him? Right now, the eighth wonder is in Hulk heaven. He loves to have that big palooka beat on him. He loves to do things like that. He loves to have things like that done to him because it just gets him mad. He gets mad and he wants to tear people apart, and I'll tell you what. You'll see here in a minute, that Jerry Lawler, he has been a thorn in everybody's back for so long, especially in mine. I'll tell you, you know the big guy with the big muscles that just left out of here? What was his name
Austin
again?
Idol.
Austin Idol. How could I ever forget the universal heartthrob? He couldn't get the job done. He couldn't put Lawler out of commission. He couldn't take care of that king, self-proclaimed individual. But I got somebody that will take care of him. You betcha. I got the eighth wonder of the world will take care of that.
Well, let's take a listen to
boy.
the action as it happened right at the time of the bout. Referee trying to break up the Stomper as he pounds his head on the turnbuckle. Well, Stomper pounding away. Big elbow from the Hulk. Drops with that leg. And the eighth wonder goes off on the concrete floor. Mongolian Stomper right down in front of the timer's table, climbing up an unusual position for him. Rarely have you ever seen him down on the floor like that. This huge opponent he has. Terry Boulder comes roaring at him. Whip. He uses the foot all the way up in the face. Knee. Drops on him. Backdrop on the Mongolian Stomper. Big elbow. And the Stomper goes for the eyes. Nothing but sheer power. Not much in the way of scientific wrestling. And the Hulk drops him over that knee and picks him up. Goes with a bear hug. The situation. We wanted to see the entire thing. I saw you up there. He turned and grabbed you.
Yeah, I tell you what, he was trying to maim my eighth wonder. He was trying to break his legs. He's a maniac. He's insane. He needs to be in a mental institution. He don't need to be in the ring. He's been crushing people, hurting people. He's got me half crazy. I have to settle myself down. The eighth wonder grabbed me the other day, and he says, settle down, gorgeous. He says, we'll take care of it. I'll hurt him. I'll hurt him bad. That's what needs to be done. You betcha, crush that big slob. He needs to be in that house. You know what? They need to put the white jacket on him. They need to handcuff him. And there he is. There that Pillsbury doughboy is. The king, Jerry Lawler, the hamburger king. That's who he is. He's trying to hurt me. Well, hurt him, eighth wonder. That's it. Crush that skull. That beady brains punk. Hurt that fool.
His opponent at 210 pounds from parts unknown, the Outlaw. Here we have the Outlaw going up against the uncrowned NWA World Heavyweight Champion. That's Terry the Hulk Boulder, 295 pounds from Tampa, Florida. Oh! Push away by Boulder.
I'll say one thing about Terry Boulder. He broke all attendance records in Dothan, Alabama a few weeks ago, and now he's set the wrestling world on fire by being crowned the uncrowned heavyweight champion for 37 seconds. He held that title. Was it 37 seconds, Charlie?
About 37 is what was on the clock. Here we have the Outlaw trying to go for a body slam on Terry Boulder. And he's got his work cut out for him. A reversal. Full slam by Boulder on the Outlaw. Amazing the size of this Terry the Hulk Boulder, truly. One of the greats in professional wrestling. Outlaw firing away. Hulk dropping the elbow.
Not doing much damage, and the Hulk is coming back. That's a beautiful elbow.
Takes his man into the ropes, comes off. Oh, catches him hard. Outlaw goes to the canvas once again. There it is.
There it is. There's that bear hug. He's got that bear hug, Charlie. There's no getting out of that.
Terry the Hulk Boulder with a bear hug on the Outlaw.
I believe the Outlaw is out.
That is it.
This man is not a television illusion. He is not an artist's conception. He is not a figment of the imagination. He is real. He stands an amazing 6'7" tall. He weighs an incredible 324 pounds. He is the Hulk. The Hulk, without a doubt, is the most awesome figure in professional wrestling today. His measurements are almost unbelievable. His neck measures 24 3/4 inches. His chest expands to an incredible 59 inches. His biceps are 26 inches, and at the end of these powerful arms are two 12-inch fists. This magnificent upper body tapers off to only a 34-inch waist. The Hulk is supported by tree-like legs that can leg press over 1,900 pounds. Combine these amazing measurements with more brute strength than you can imagine, and you have the Hulk. And the Hulk is coming here.
Talk about Mr. Bass for a minute. One of the most tragic events in his life is just about to take place this Monday when I get my hands on him. There's just been a little bit of a problem. Where we come from, there's a bad junkyard dog in Port Tampa, and he was always beating on all the little dogs and biting on their ears and everything. And all of a sudden, a little bit bigger dog came along, and last Monday in Memphis, my brother dropped so many elbows on Mr. Bass's head that his eyes kind of look like Goofy Grape, Well, now Mr. Bass is running scared because the big dogs get on him. Well, there's just a little bit bigger dog that's after you, brother, and that's me. And this Monday night in Memphis, Daddy, when I get a hold of you, Mr. Bass, I'm going to take you and bury your head right in the mat, brother. I'm going to teach you a little bit of a wrestling lesson and a little respect for these good people around here. And I'm going to put the Super Southern squeeze on you, Daddy. And when I get done with you, brother, I'm going to squeeze all that meanness out of you and all those bad ways you have. And I'm going to turn you over to these people in Memphis and let them whip on you a little bit after you're down and out. That's a promise I'm going to make to everybody here. And I'm going to have my running shoes on, so if you plan on running one more time from me, I'm coming after you. And if I catch you in the dressing room, I'm going to drag you all the way back out to the ring.
Got a lot of folks that I don't want mad at me, but this is the one that I for sure don't want mad at me. The Hulk and his brother Eddie Boulder will be right there Monday night. Good luck to you down there, you guys, and we'll be looking for it. Okay, Terry and Eddie, and we've got more wrestling action coming up.
Here comes the opposition. It's some kind of opposition, too, I want to tell you. Tommy Gilbert and the big Hulk. Officially with the introduction at a total weight of 531 pounds from Boston, Massachusetts, Pete Austin, and from Memphis, Tennessee, Buddy Wayne. Going against him at a total of 544 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Tommy Gilbert, and from Tampa, Florida, the Hulk. This match will be one fall, a 20-minute time limit. The referee is Tommy Marlin. Waiting for the signal from referee Tommy Marlin. Pete Austin. fired his headband over here. Get that out of the way. It's going to be Austin starting against Tommy Gilbert. Should be a fine tag team match. Got good size on both sides of the ring, but the size advantage is almost always going to go to the team that has the Hulk, Terry Boulder. Standing at 6'7", he weighs 320 all by himself. He's in the corner right now, watching his partner, Tommy Gilbert, take Pete Austin down to the mat. Austin tried a reversal, tried to put Gilbert on the mat, but Gilbert slipped him. Gilbert and Austin round and round the ring, each trying to gain the advantage. Advantage to Austin briefly. Then Tommy Gilbert comes back with a right forearm. 1 minute gone in this one. Austin backs Tommy Gilbert into the turnbuckles. Tommy up on the bottom rope, battles back. He's out of the corner now. Gilbert exchanging words with Buddy Wayne over in Austin's corner. Austin, no little guy himself. He'll weigh about 285, something like that. Wraps up Tommy Gilbert's arm. Look at Tommy. Tommy battles back before Austin is able to really set up on the hole and bear down on it. Minute 45 gone. Tommy Gilbert, Pete Austin, they started it. They've been in there all the way. Almost 2 minutes. Two minutes gone right now. Pete Austin down on the mat. Tommy Gilbert right there with him. Abdominal stretch by Tommy Gilbert. Down to the mat goes Austin. Shoulders down, count of one. Austin scrambles and is able to break it at the 1 count. Boy, I thought Tommy maybe had a chance at a submission with that abdominal stretch, but it is difficult for a wrestler to get an effective abdominal stretch on a wrestler that is taller and overall bigger than he is. Can be done, of course. But Tommy was at a disadvantage in that respect. He wasn't able to make it stick. Pete Austin is still in there. It's Gilbert against Pete Austin. We're very close to the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes gone in this one fall, 20-minute time limit match. Tommy Gilbert between Austin's legs, in position, gets the drop kick. And Austin knocked to the mat. Austin heads to the corner now. A little conversation with Buddy Wayne. Do they make a tag? No. Pete Austin stays in there. Tommy backs to the corner, says something to the Hulk. Gilbert rammed into the turnbuckles by Pete Austin. Tommy trying to work his way back to the center of the ring. He does not want to get trapped in that corner with Buddy Wayne and Pete Austin. Can both work on him. Gilbert round behind Pete Austin. He hits him with a forearm. Tag, and here comes the Hulk. Here comes Buddy Wayne. The Hulk with an upper arm on Buddy Wayne. He puts Pete Austin into the ropes. Buddy Wayne still there. He's thrown out onto the apron by the Hulk. Not over the top rope. He was thrown through the rope. The Hulk back to work on Pete Austin. Gets him in the squeeze. Austin may have to give it up. Let's see. Possible submission. Referee says ring the bell. That is it. The Hulk gets a pin. It was over anyway. The Hulk.
15-minute time limit.
Introducing first from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 315 pounds, Sterling Golden. Sterling Golden. His opponent from Macon, Georgia, weighing in at 225 pounds, Chic Donovan. Chic Donovan.
Maybe you people out there don't realize what you're looking at, Daddy. But you got 6'7" right here, a mountain of a man. I want y'all to mark it on the door, and then I want your skinny little husband to stand underneath it so you can see how little he really is. 320 pounds, Daddy, a blue-twisted steel. And this man's going down to defeat right now. Mark my words, baby. Anybody out there who wants to step in the ring, I had $1,000 up for anybody that can break the golden squeeze.
Bit of psychological warfare, and the extremely confident, vociferous Mr. Sterling Golden. Wow! No question about his strength, though. No question about the tremendous power of this man. And a $1,000 offer up to anybody who can break the golden squeeze. His variation of the bear hug. And again, Donovan hurtled to the canvas. And so to approach this man head-on, collar and elbow, as Donovan has done twice now, obviously, is an exercise in futility. The top wrist lock now, and look at this. With one arm, and he broke the wrist lock and hurtled his man away from him. Chic Donovan, a picture of frustration that time. For the third time, he's been outpowered by this man. And now Donovan, a duck under. And that may be the only way to approach this man. Wow, Donovan. Tried a shoulder smash to no avail. Flying drop kick that drove Golden back a little bit, stunned him, but wow. Donovan, a little over anxious, charged in. Golden crashing down across Donovan's chest. Golden moving in against him again. Raw, brute power on the part of this man, Sterling Golden. Donovan trying to hold on to those ropes to no avail. A backbreaker. Came out of it, but it looked to me like Golden may have been picking him up at the same time. Duck underbite. Donovan flying dropkick that drives Golden back again. Golden caught him that time with a thrust into the throat. He's got him in the golden squeeze. He's got him in the golden squeeze. Yes, and Donovan screaming and conceding. He had him in that going. Look at this tremendous muscular conformation and definition. Here's a man who has no question about it.
Introducing first from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 320 pounds, Sterling Golden. Sterling Golden. Waiting at this time on his opponents to enter the ring. The referee is going to check on the men at this time.
Oh, really out of this. Scared to come out here. What's the problem?
He's going to check with the men. Here they come now. From Georgia, weighing in at 238 pounds, Jack Poure. From New York, weighing in at 230 pounds, Curtis Brazil.
Brazil and Poure going up against Sterling Golden. Now, Poure and Brazil will follow Australian tag team rules. They'll tag in and tag out. Means they'll have the opportunity of a respite, but Sterling Golden will not. Golden powers the man off very quickly. And Poure immediately reacting to the tremendous strength of Sterling Golden. Trying for a top wrist lock now. Golden keeps that pressure on him. Breaks it up again. And so Poure staggers back to his feet. Twice now he's attempted to move in on Sterling Golden, and twice to no avail. Now Golden drives the knee. Now the back of the elbow into the back of Jack Poure. Poure back on the canvas once again. Golden being warned not to use the fist. Golden brings him up. A full body slam on Poure. Again, Golden brings him up high. Vertical souffle. And did not allow the pin. Sterling Golden bringing his man back up. Pulled those shoulders off deliberately. Poure tried a couple of shots to the midsection, but did not have any effect on Sterling Golden. Brings him into a backbreaker. Again, did not allow the pin. Again, had the man where he could have pinned him, did not allow the pin. On him once again. Brazil has not had a chance to tag in as yet. And again, he did not allow the pin, and the referee now becoming totally frustrated with the actions of this man, Sterling Golden. As Brazil came in, it is Sterling Golden moving in on him. Whips him off the ropes, caught him with a forearm. Poure closes in on him now. Poure staggered again by Golden. Golden now whips Brazil, so he's got both men in the ring at the same time. Poure hurtled out of the ring by Sterling Golden. And he puts Brazil in the Golden squeeze. As Brazil in the Golden squeeze, Poure is outside the ring. The referee calls for the bell. The referee calls for the bell, and it is all over. It is all over. And so Sterling Golden, in a very impressive victory over two men. There you see Stan Hansen coming out. And wait a minute. We have something going on here. We have a confrontation now between Tony Atlas and Sterling Golden, and we could have some problems right here and now. And he's asking to get into the ring right now. Golden just defeated two men, and quite a confrontation. He wants a contract.
Sterling Golden. Sterling Golden. His opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 212 pounds, Mike Fever. Mike Fever.
Mike Fever going up against Sterling Golden, and Mr. Golden, very confident, vociferous type individual. Wow! And he does have the power. There is certainly no question about that. Tremendous power. Again, into a top wrist lock. And again, Golden flips him away. One cannot question the tremendous torso of this man. Caught in a side headlock by Mike Fever. Off the ropes, and he was clubbed in the back of the head and caught in the back by Golden. And so Golden, not only very powerful, very strong, but a very clever competitor. Golden down across the pectoralis major muscles. Did not allow the pin. Catches him again. And a running backbreaker. Still not satisfied. Uses that elbow with devastating effectiveness to the base of the skull of his opponent. Now comes off again. Catches him. Caught him in the squeeze. him in the squeeze. Had him totally demoralized, completely defeated, and then applied the golden squeeze, and it is all over. And of course, as all of you have heard him say, and I will...
The one fall with the TV time limit, introducing first from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 320 pounds, Sterling Golden. Sterling Golden. His opponent from Riverdale, Georgia, weighing in at 235 pounds, Marvin Turner. Marvin Turner.
Marvin Turner going up against Sterling Golden. Golden, who uses that golden squeeze so very, very effectively, using a powerful sledgehammer blows to the back of Marvin Turner. Smashes him down once again. Turner on the canvas in the blue trunks. Sterling Golden brings him up. The running backbreaker. Turner in trouble trying to get over to those ropes if he could. And it is Sterling Golden catching him with the golden squeeze. And he is conceding. The referee calling for the bell. It is all over for Marvin Turner. Sterling Golden moving very effectively. A man of awesome strength, no question about that. Let me take just a moment to talk to him. Obviously, Mr. Turner could only take so much of that golden squeeze, and then he had to give up.
Let me tell you what it's all about, Gordon Sully. About 5 weeks ago, a man named Sterling Golden came storming Norman into Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody's been running scared. They've been feeding me this great beef meat every week on TV. I want the best now. All these superstars have been hiding in the eye of the storm, brother. I've been whipping everybody out here, and I want only the best competition from now on. I'm getting sick of this. I don't even get a workout in the ring. And the $1,000 challenge for the golden squeeze is still up. Anybody that can break the squeeze, I will shut out $1,000 if you got the guts to get in the ring.
Well, indeed, and so the challenge is still there. That's interesting, too, now with the $1,000 challenge on the part of Austin Idol. If anybody can break that figure 4. Of course, the superstar still has a $3,000 up for anybody who...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, it is set for 1 fall or 2 curfew. Introducing in the corner to my right from Puerto Rico, weighing 220 pounds, it is Harry Valdez. And his opponent, making his first appearance in this arena, from Venice Beach, California, weighing 320 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, Hulk Hogan, with his manager, the fashion plate of wrestling, Red Blassie.
Look at that, Bruno Sammartino. He is a Hulk. Look at that. 320 pounds of him. Here we go. An unbelievable athlete, Bruno. Take a look at it.
He's really put together. He weighs 325 pounds and must be about 6'5", 6'6", but it's a tremendously solid 325 pounds. Look at those arms. It must be 22, 23 inches, and must have a 60-inch chest and lots and lots of power with it, Vince. He's handling this Valdez so far like you were made out of paper.
Incredible, Hulk Hogan, and he is having, who just hear those slams? Oh, Hogan, oh, down across the chest. Well, you know, you really can't get the proper perspective as to this man's, the enormity of this man. He's just unbelievable.
Just colossal, you know. Hey, when you weigh 320 some odd pounds and you have that kind of shape to your body, boy, you're in a class of your own. You just don't see people that look like this at that tremendous weight and height. Just an unbelievable looking man, Vince. I don't know too much about this guy, but I got a feeling we're all going to hear and learn an awful lot about him in a short time coming.
Hulk Hogan. I think this fellow he's in there with is out. I think he's kind of out on his feet, although he's not on it. Oh, my. I don't think he has any idea where he is, this Valdez, after taking those slams.
And the way he's been driving him with those slams. And now looks like he's even going to give him a suplex. Looks like it anyway. Yes, he is, Vince, and here it comes.
Incredible. Hulk Hogan having no problem, actually toying around with Harry Valdez. Oh, my. Across the back, I suspect we will hear a submission from Valdez. If he can talk, it's over. Hulk Hogan still holding Valdez up in the air. Finally, Blassie gives him the word. Hulk Hogan strutting her up around the ring a bit. Let's get the official time.
It is time, 2 minutes and 52 seconds, and the winner, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
For this man, Bruno, incredible. He is just that. Wow, what a physical specimen. Set for the action to commence. The following is brought to you by Capital Wrestling Corporation. The wrestling fans of Poughkeepsie looking forward to the return of All-Star Wrestling this Wednesday night. Appearing at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie this Wednesday night will be a newly formed tag team combination, one that perhaps you'll be seeing a lot of in the near future. The combination of Larry Zbyszko, his partner, Ted DiBiase, leading tag team competition in Poughkeepsie at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center this Wednesday night, the 28th of November. Up across the shoulders, and Paul Figueroa in a submission on, waits no time in submitting. Almost a record-breaking time here from the incredible Hulk Hogan, and he is some Hulk. Unbelievable. Hogan walking around the ring with his opponent, much like he was some sort of trophy or something, Bruno.
Just took him with side cheese. He's so strong that when he took him off that back breaker, I mean, he just took him off like a feather. Guy's got superhuman strength. Very, very powerful man.
We'll take a look at some slow motion action in just a moment, but right now let's get the official time, if we may.
Here is the time, 49 seconds, and the winner, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Yes, sir, Hulk Hogan victorious. Let's go back now, Bruno, and take a look at slow motion action.
Well, first of all, he goes to give him a slam, but he does what we call a military press with him, and then he throws him down on the canvas. This was enough, really, to beat Figueroa, but he wasn't satisfied at this point, I should say. Instead, he takes him up, and I believe he gives him a knee slam here. And then after that, which again, he could have took him again, but no. Now he takes him up, and he takes him up on this backbreaker. And this, he really takes him up with the greatest of easy, which gives you a little bit of an idea as to the enormous strength of this Hulk Hogan. To you, Vince.
Thank you very much, Bruno Sammartino. With me now, ladies and gentlemen, Fred Blassie, along with the man who is indeed incredible, Hulk Hogan.
McMahon, I found a man out in my backyard, Venice Beach, California. I seen this man over there pressing 615 pounds, 620 pounds. The man is unbelievable. A 24-inch arm, 24 inches. His neck 24 inches. A 64-inch chest. A 36-inch waist, 25-inch thighs, and a 20-inch calf. The man is just unbeatable. Never been defeated. And I figured the time is right. Now is the time to strike. And that's the reason I brought him east.
All right, we'd like to get a word with the Hulk himself. How do you think you'll fare against the competition here in the World Wrestling Federation?
Let me tell you something. I'm tired of all this great beef meat you're feeding me in the ring. I want nothing but the superstars, the men on top. And when I put the squeeze on them, whether it's over my shoulder or right in front of them, I'm going to be looking right in their eyes and squeeze them until their ribs cave their lungs. And let me tell you something. Not a man alive can beat me in a square circle. That goes for you, too.
I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Hulk Hogan, Fred Blassie. There's no doubt he's an impressive sort, one of the biggest men in professional wrestling, an incredible athlete in every respect, but he certainly does not lack when it comes to a number of factors. We'll be seeing more of Fred Blassie and the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right, from Columbus, Ohio, weighing 240 pounds, it is Frankie Williams. And his opponent is just coming down the aisle, will be in the ring in just a moment. Is being led down the aisle by his manager, the fashion plate of wrestling, Fred Blassie. And here from Venice Beach, California, weighing 320 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, here is the incredible Hulk Hogan.
A fabulous Hulk Hogan, and when he disrobes, you'll see there are the mammoth proportions of Hulk Hogan, his 320-pound frame. We're just about ready for the action to begin. Hulk Hogan, thus far, having no problem at all against Frank Williams. Vince McMahon here along with Bruno Sammartino. Along with a capacity crowd, one of the reasons, of course, the crowd here to see this man, because there's a lot of talk about the Hulk Hogan. Hogan at 320 pounds almost dwarfs Frank Williams, Bruno.
Well, he sure does. He's not only 320 pounds, but the guy must be, what, 6'7", 6'6", whatever. He is a big man, and so far he's displayed awesome power, but up to now, at least, Vince, he's not shown really us what knowledge or how much knowledge he has of wrestling. I mean, he really hasn't found it necessary, of course, to use any wrestling skills, but because he can beat his opponents so far with just brute strength. But I'd be curious to see just what he can do.
Everyone is going to be curious to see what Hulk Hogan can do. Hogan now whipping Frank Williams into the rope. simple bear hug, but it's not a simple bear hug when it's applied by Hulk Hogan. Hogan continuing, finally now releasing Frank Williams, his opponent. Williams grimacing on the canvas, and I know that has to smart. Look at that, mammoth proportions. It's just, you really can't get a true picture of just how big Hulk Hogan really is here on television. He is a phenomenal athlete. Let's get the official time, if we may.
It is a time, 1 minute and 57 seconds, and the winner, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
All right, Fred Blassie, the manager of Hulk Hogan, delighted in Mr. Hogan's victory over Frank Williams, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more, perhaps a lot more, of Hulk Hogan in the weeks to come on All-Star Wrestling. Hogan now being assisted out of the squared circle, thus far undefeated. Let's go back now, Bruno Sammartino, and take a look at some slow motion action.
Well, he gives Williams a tremendous slam, the Hulk does, and then over here he comes and shoots way up in the air, comes down with that big leg of his right across Williams' neck, and then he takes a bear hug on him. With those powerful arms and body he has, he had no trouble in getting Williams to submit.
He certainly could have pinned Williams earlier, but chose not to.
Absolutely, he could have beaten him, I think, in the first 30 seconds he was in the ring with him, but I guess he just wanted to punish him a little.
Hogan now applying the bear hug, going down. It's all over. Frank Williams submits. Hulk Hogan attaining yet another victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. But first, I'd like to introduce the colorful manager, the one and only fashion plate of wrestling, Fred Blassie. And here in the corner to my left, from Venice Beach, California, weighing 320 pounds, here is the incredible Hulk Hogan. And his opponent in the corner to my right, from Concord, New Hampshire, weighing 220 pounds, it is Dan Patrick.
Dan Patrick with his work cut out for himself here to square off against this fabulous Hulk Hogan. Here we go. Hulk Hogan strutting about the ring. Hogan with quite a bit of an arrogant attitude about him. Vince McMahon here along with Bruno Sammartino. Bruno, I think to a certain extent perhaps the arrogance of Hulk Hogan is justified.
Well, I don't know. You know, he's such a big man, and here he's meeting a man at, I think it's fair to say he's about half his size. He knows that he's 3 times as strong, much more experienced, so he's a very cocky man in a sense that he knows he's going to beat this Patrick, and so he can be as arrogant as he wants, and he's going to get away with it. Be interesting to see when he meets tougher opponents if he can, you know, if his strength in its alone can be as effective as he's been so far.
Hogan slamming Dan Patrick to the canvas with no problem at all. Whoa. Ah. I'm sure it's over. No. Hogan chooses not to end it now. Hogan with a crashing forearm blow to the back, a rake of the boots now. Hogan in complete control as he has been throughout the match. get the impression Hogan's sort of touring around with his Dan Patrick, Bruno.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's just torturing the man, because he could have beaten him the first 15 seconds of the bout, but he's just torturing this poor guy, and it's too bad, really.
Patrick up in the air now across the back of Hulk Hogan, and I'm sure Patrick will waste no time at all in submitting. The backbreakers applied by Hulk Hogan. It's all over. Fred Blassie, the manager of Hulk Hogan, in there as Hulk Hogan continues now. Finally, Hogan releasing the backbreaker. A very punishing hold, especially when you're the size of Hulk Hogan. Hogan, over 320 pounds, really a massive proportioned individual.
It is a time, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. The winner, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan victorious over certainly a lesser opponent here in Dan Patrick. Fred Blassie holding the rope area there for Hogan to clear, and Hogan leaves Blassie. Now Blassie comes trailing along behind Hulk Hogan. Bruno, Hulk Hogan, a man who's undefeated thus far in individual competition. We haven't seen a great deal of scientific skills displayed by Hulk Hogan, because, as you brought out, he doesn't have to display those skills.
Thus far, he does not have to display them. Of course, later, I think when he meets tougher competition, then it'll be interesting to see if he chooses to use strength alone, or does he have much scientific experience.
So I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Hulk Hogan in the weeks to come. We shall return in a moment.
And it is from Venice Beach, California, weighing 320 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the incredible Hulk Hogan.
The fabulous Hulk Hogan. And boy, I'll tell you, you really just can't appreciate the mammoth proportions of this Hulk. He is a Hulk, there's no doubt about it. Hogan sitting now to lock up with Jose Estrada, whom he outweighs by at least 100 pounds. Here we go.
The following is commercial in content. The wrestling fans of Asbury Park, New Jersey, getting ready for this Thursday night's holiday wrestling card. Scheduled to compete this Thursday night, the 27th of December, in Asbury Park's Convention Hall, will be the tag team combination of Gorilla Monsoon and Dominic DeNucci, two former co-holders of the tag team title at different times. Most recently DeNucci, sometime in the past Gorilla Monsoon. They make a very effective combination indeed as wrestling returns to Asbury Park this Thursday night.
Hogan getting a little advice now from Fred Blassie. Hogan's agility really has not been tested, Bruno, here. Certainly not on championship wrestling. It would be interesting to see his speed and agility tested.
Yeah, and especially against a guy like Estrada, who we know has plenty of those speed and agility. We saw a couple of the moves there where he threw Estrada against the buckles and he tried to charge him, but he, of course, Estrada was much quicker in getting out of the way. So far, we see tremendous power, but I think we still have to see, as you say, the agility that he may have or may not have.
Hogan in complete control at the moment. Look at the disparity in size here. Estrada against Hogan. It's almost like a Mutt and Jeff situation.
David and Goliath, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
Although, as much disparity in size as there exists here between Estrada and Hulk Hogan, that much also would exist in disparity in size between Hogan and Andre the Giant.
That's
just how big Andre is.
That's for sure.
Forearm smash to the chest has virtually no effect on Hogan. Surprised Estrada's testing him in this fashion. Drop kick. Lands, but has very little effect.
Well, I could see that. I could see Estrada throwing a attack, or see the ineffectiveness of it, and coming back with a drop kick, see if he could do something there. But he hasn't succeeded either way. But right now, just took a tremendous slam.
Hogan delivering a knee to the midsection area. Working on the left arm of Estrada now. Oh, my. That's a good way to break a shoulder very easily when you have it back in that fashion, hammerlock fashion, ramming it to the corner.
That's it. He had him hammerlocked, and then he drove him against those ropes. And I'll tell you, I think he's about to do it right now again. Oh. Wow. See, the back can absorb more blows, you know, if you get hit and you land with the back. But when you're hitting the shoulder the way Estrada just did, that could do some real serious damage. Not saying that the back, but like I say, with the back, it's so thickly muscled and big that can absorb it a little wee bit more. But boy, right on his shoulder. I hope he didn't pull any or tear any ligaments, because he could have done it very easily.
And as Hogan knows, it's the positioning of the ligaments and the muscles and what have you that makes all the difference in the world when a muscle or a ligament would strike a hard surface. The positioning means everything.
Absolutely. Right now, I'm surprised he still had Hogan had Estrada hammerlocked, and Estrada, the game competitor that he is, start throwing shots at Hulk's stomach. Of course, not he did that much damage anyway.
Hogan making sure that hanging on to Estrada to make sure that Estrada cannot resort to more agile and quicker moves. Estrada with a nice reversal. Works on that mammoth left arm.
Now that's surprising, because after all that he took in his own arm and shoulder, to be able to reverse that arm bar, it's really to his credit, Estrada. That's something I didn't think he'd be able to do.
Estrada whipped to the ropes. Hogan with an elbow that lands. Hogan has a certain, I think, natural arrogance about him. It's the way he walks. And well, there we go now. Estrada across the back of Hulk Hogan. Estrada wasting no time and submitting to the backbreaker, as perhaps only Hulk Hogan can apply. Fred Blassie very proud of Hulk Hogan, now distracting the referee, as we've seen so many times, as Hogan continues to apply the punishing hold. So Hogan with quite an easy victory here over Jose Estrada. If we may, let's get the official time.
Here is the time, 5 minutes and 12 seconds. The winner, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan victorious. We return with.
And you know, I think the key to this film, as I've looked at this film a couple times and watched the match, was the fact that Armstrong forced the big man to move. The big man likes to be methodical, and Armstrong carried the battle to him and pressed him for advantage throughout the contest. And I think that spelled the difference.
I think he was a little bit surprised at the strength of Bob Armstrong, too. He couldn't manhandle Armstrong the way he has other wrestlers here in the southeastern area.
Armstrong, a well-developed man himself. Conditioning is a major part of his offensive weapons. And, of course, Bob has that speed, and he has it to burn. And when, in that respect, the extra 80 or 90 pounds that he was spotting the big man was used against him, opposed to being his advantage.
Right there, when Bob windmill that arm, I think he kind of caught the Hulk by surprise.
Yes, he did. Bowman here on offense, driving Armstrong into that turnbuckle. And the big man was tough. He was very cautious of Armstrong in the opening minutes of this match. We see him here finally opening up and looking like he's in a position to put Bob away, but Bob is still in the ballgame.
You know, you can never get Bob in position for that golden squeeze that he is noted for. And I think this kind of messed up his game plan, so to speak.
Well, it's certainly a devastating hold, and the fact that Armstrong was able to stay away from it, I think, again, adds to the fact that he is now the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion. I want to mention that Bob was unable to be with us today, but he is definitely back in a big way, as you're going to see on this film when he leaves that ring with that Southeastern Heavyweight belt.
Well, Bob is a bona fide champion, Les, and when he came in the era, he had one thing in mind, that was to take that championship of the Hulk, and he did that.
I think this man personifies top wrestling talent that we've seen in the southeastern area over the years. Bob has been the champion in the past. He's always been a big fan favorite in the area, and you can see why, because Mr. Perpetual Motion. Bob is always in gear, and it's always high gear.
Look here, the Hulk grabbed the referee, threw him into Armstrong because Armstrong had the best of him right there.
Golden thought he had things his own way at this point. You see him using the elbows across the back of the neck there, and as he throws Armstrong over and out of the ring. Now, normally that would have been a disqualification, but the referee was unable to save the Hulk's hide. And watch here as Armstrong moves right back in, hooks him, and rolls him up. And Bob Armstrong becomes the new Southeastern heavyweight champion with a cradle and a body press over Sterling, the wrestling Hulk Boulder. So we have a new Southeastern champion. You can see on the film there how happy Bob is.
The next match is set for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first the manager, the Hollywood fashion play, Classy Fred Lassie. And now the participants. In the corner to my right, Puerto Rico, 231 pounds, Ben Ortiz. And his partner, 229 pounds, also from Puerto Rico, Angelo Gomez. And their opponent, 320 pounds, from Venice Beach, California, Hulk Hogan.
There we have the principals, Hulk Hogan, a mammoth individual. Here we go. Ortiz and Gomez had the right idea going for the legs, but I guess with the balance of Hogan, you would think you'd take him right off his feet, Bruno.
Well, it's true. He's so big and so strong. But you see, again, they went around the thigh area, and you can't do that because it enables the Hulk to move about, keep his balance. They should go below the ankle or the ankle area. Then they're taking the movability away from him, and it's possible they could take him off balance. He's so strong, you don't go to his thighs. They're just too big and powerful. And either Gomez or Ortiz are that big or really all that strong to handle Hogan.
It's unbelievable. Look at this. Gomez at around 220 pounds, something like that. He and his partner there, Ortiz, look like midgets compared to Hogan. They absolutely look like midgets.
Well, that's for sure. I tell you, 320 pounds and to be put together the way this guy's put up, this isn't something you're going to see too often. I mean, he's just an unusual draw. See that drop kick is like a fly going against the wall.
Gomez throwing some uppercuts in the midsection. Oh my. Ortiz very, very reluctantly moving in. You would think that Ortiz would try and clip him there from the back. He had an opportunity to attack from the back and sort of actually in football what would be a clip to attack there around the back of the knee area, but I guess he's just in so much awe of this guy Hogan that he just very, very reluctant.
That plus the fact he took a tremendous slam, and I think he's got pretty bad cobwebs there. I don't think he's quite clear-headed to really think as to what the best move he should have made.
A moment ago we saw Hogan deliver an elbow smash to the head area. I would think, Bruno, that he must have a tremendous calcium deposit there on his elbow because he uses that elbow to his advantage a lot.
Probably does, and he's got such a huge arm, he's big boned, his big elbows, and he catching Gomez off the ropes. I'm surprised to see the guy still up on his feet, even though he too. Oh my! Look at that.
Gomez over the top rope to the hardwood floor. in the ring all by himself, and I know he feels awfully lonesome in there. Ben Ortez down across the knee. Ortez suplexed by Hogan. And when you go up that high, it's a long way down. Oh, come on. Oh, that forearm must feel like a ton of bricks falling across your back, Renault.
At least a ton. And right now, Gomez just got hit with a knee, and he came shooting back about 6-7 feet from that ring. This guy's just awesome, Vince. Awesome. All his matches thus far, though, strictly strength. He has not strength and brutality, really, because he uses knees, elbows, fists, and it's so unnecessary. You know, he's so big and so powerful. He could probably handle these two.
Again, Gomez knocked from the ring area. Hogan wants to make sure Ortez has no help. Has him up and dumps him on the canvas. Suplex. I think Hogan was trying to, knowing Hogan, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Hogan didn't have him down trying to, now he's trying abdominal stretch, I think. Well, now he brought him all the way up instead of suplexing. He brought him all the way up across his shoulder. Hasn't been a backbreaker now.
And that's the end, too, Vince. There's no way that Ortiz is going to escape this.
First time a suplex, second time gets him up with a backbreaker. Hogan just toying around, really, with these two individuals.
The time of the match, 4 minutes, 57 seconds, and your winner, Hulk Hogan.
So Hogan and Fred Blassie chalk up victory for themselves once again. Hogan just toying around, having a good time in there. Had Ortez up a couple of times, let him think about it there for a while. Had him up, suplexed him from there, brought him very slowly up, and that is a very, very painful thing to do, is when you bring up someone in that fashion very slowly. Now, of course, you see there with him up. Let's go to Bruno Sammartino now and Hulk Hogan. Bruno Sammartino.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Blassie and his new discovery, Hulk Hogan. You know, I'd like to ask you both a question. Now, here's a man that's 6 foot what, 7 or 8?
6 foot 8.
6 foot 8, 320 some odd pounds, right. 320 pounds. Obviously, he's proven himself to be exceptionally strong. But you know, I have to ask you this. Thus far, I have not seen the man use much wrestling skills in there. And you've been around a long time. You know that there have been many powerful men in wrestling. But if they lacked either speed, if they lacked wrestling knowledge, they didn't get up there. Now, your man thus far, he showed the strength of a lion. There's no question. Nobody's going to take it away from him. But he has not yet shown us any skills. Does he have any wrestling skills?
You know, the time to show it is when you have to put it to use. So far, we haven't met anybody that he's been able to prove he is a great wrestler. And a great wrestler he is. We well know that he's a strong man. Because a man built like my man is developed right here, you just don't get stuff like that by taking a look at the rest of these pencil neck geeks. You can see why they're all envious of the great Hulk Hogan. Right, Hulk?
That's right, brother. Well, now here you are, 320 pounds. Your manager says you're the strongest man in the world. Why do you find it so necessary to take on lesser opponents like this and to use fists and knees and kicks and now, what for? Why?
Listen, I'm just out here chopping meat, Bruno Sammartino. It's a new decade. 1980, you are looking at the new king of professional wrestling. I challenge, I will, with these 24-inch arms, the Python, any opponent, whether he be a scientific wrestler or a street brawler, if he gets in the ring with me, it's going to be all over. As I said, you are looking at the new king of professional wrestling. Anyone that I clamp the Python and squeeze will say, yes, Mr. Hogan, you are the best. Yes, and I will prove myself again and again. And if they dare try to take me to the mat, I will teach them a wrestling lesson. I will show them moves they've never seen before, because I am one of the best scientific wrestlers, but right now, I can beat any of these punks around here with my brute strength. It goes for everyone, none barred.
brute strength you have, and you have been beating men with this brute strength. But when you do meet a man that's also strong and has speed, scientific wrestling moves, how are you keeping yourself in tone to meet a man with such challenge when you are refusing to use any of the wrestling skills that you claim that both of you claim that he has?
McMahon, I mean...
San Martino.
San Martino and McMahon. I see McMahon over there with a smirk and a disgusting look on his face. He's like all the rest of these pencil neck geeks out here. This man here, as I said before, give him somebody that he's got to use his wrestling ability on, and he will put it to use. As of right now, we haven't had to use much of it.
Well, we'll see. The future will tell it all. Thank you very much, and back to you, Vince.
Thank you very much. Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, and Fred Blassie. We shall return in just a moment with Larry Zbyszko.
Fierce action tonight because of the intensity with which these gentlemen came on, and they had nothing but disdain for one another. Backlund, as you saw very clearly, got underway early. Say again? Well, fans, we've got a lot of wrestling action tonight. I think you agree. You see the very best here at the Spectrum. And there's always more coming. There'll be more in February. And, of course, in March also. We'll tell you about the dates later on.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was some main event. I'll tell you, a controversial one, yes. But Backlund, they were hammering it out right there in the end all the way. They were really going at it.
Vince, I've seen Backlund with total intensity before, but tonight he just seemed possessed. He came on strong. He was clearly the aggressor from the very beginning, but he totally dominated, punished Duncombe, and I don't know what more he could have done to win. He did everything he possibly could.
Duncombe, on the other hand, let's give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
The massive Texan just kept coming right back for more. I'll tell you, it was, and even at the end, they were both, as I said before, going at it toe-to-toe. Let's go back and take a look at what we see here.
Okay.
What we saw, if we have it. No?
All right. We'll be able to see the replay at another time. But fans, right now we're going to break away because that's the conclusion of our wrestling tonight. We just wanted to remind you that the entire wrestling program tonight will be seen on Prism Television late tonight at 1:10 a.m. So we invite you to stay tuned for more exciting activity on Prism. Movies, of course, sports coming your way again with more of the wrestling action later on tonight. So stay tuned for it. You'll see the entire program tonight at 1:10 a.m.
And if you can't do that, then come back here and see it live and feel the excitement, as Cal Rudman says. The place goes electric, and it will go electric again on the 9th of February. That's
right. We'll all be back here for that, too. So, fans, Dick Graham, for Vince McMahon, and the rest of us here at the Spectrum on Prism Television, wishing you a very good night, everybody.
So long, everybody.
You on with our wrestling this evening, adding your own expertise. Vince has indicated that you're a man of the music world. How well we know you've been a disc jockey years ago, as I was, but you have the Friday Morning Quarterback, music, publishing a weekly magazine, Will, and a weekly newsletter, a very thick one, I might add, about music. And, of course, along with it, you're a great wrestling fan. Glad to have you here at the Spectrum tonight.
My pleasure. We're about to see something phenomenal. We saw Hulk Hogan at Madison Square Garden last month, and he is a superhuman being.
Well, this is his first appearance here at the Spectrum, Cal, and I think the fans are wondering where he's coming from, really, what kind of a wrestler he is. Obviously, he's large. They call him Hulk.
The weight advantage will prove to be insurmountable. It is what it appears to be, solid muscle. And he is a graceful wrestler. He's just getting warmed up now. But if Santana goes in the direction of matching strength against strength, as opposed to using the wrestling holds and overcoming that strength advantage and weight advantage, it's just going to be devastating. I think we'll see it in a little while.
All right, Hulk Hogan pointing to not only the muscles, but also pointing to his head, indicating he is a very scientific wrestler, uses his mind and to conquer an opponent. And we'll find out before the evening's over whether or not he knew what he was talking about or not. But I'll tell you, who's going to argue with a guy that big? I mean, the man obviously belongs in the wrestling ring. And I think Santana's going to find this out, too, tonight. You know, when you compare the two of them, if you can, as you must, really, since they're both adversaries, Santana looks almost skinny next to him.
That's right. Sometimes when you watch professional football, they talk about players such as Campbell and others having the biggest legs they've ever seen. Well, if you want to see legs, look at Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Beautifully proportioned. I would compare him in a much larger way to superstar Billy Graham in an overall build.
Yeah.
Well proportional. This guy is much larger.
He's from Muscle Beach, California.
Well, who's going to say he doesn't? Because he, with the blonde hair and the sun-bleached mustache, beautiful tan, I guess he is. Santana.
Well, there's the beginning. There's the beginning.
All right, Santana, a kick out and a takedown. You notice, Cal Rudman, how very fast, how quick Hulk Hogan is. A couple of takedowns, he was right back on his feet again. Of course, right now he's sporting a bruise or two on his back, so he's buying some time outside the ring itself.
Well, the guy we saw him wrestle was Ted DiBiase. And DiBiase went the wrong way. He went into the macho trip and tried to match his strength.
Can't do it.
And first he got discouraged, and then he got crushed.
Well, DiBiase, we've seen here many times in the spectrum. And Cal, he has a great deal of wrestling expertise. And I'll tell you, Hulk Hogan now, on the short end of it, the hands of Tito Santana, the young Mexican, really delivering some devastating blows and pain to Hulk Hogan. He still seems to be favoring his back. But here again, you don't know whether he's putting this on or not.
I think Ted told his friend Tito, don't make the mistake that I made.
That's good advice.
Ted got the wrestling lesson of his life that night. He had totally beaten the man. And at age 25, that's hard to take.
Well, he's learned a lot then, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Got some wrestling lessons. Hulk Hogan now, of course, taking some arm twists, instead resorting to breaking the eyes of Tito Santana. Using the ropes now illegally. Of course, you have to get a break here. Barney Solomon already counting. Well, he doesn't have to now. Santana driven into the rope turnbuckle, favoring that left shoulder. Oh, flying body slam by Hulk Hogan. Oh. Bring his leg down on top. All right, just count of two and a kick out by Santana. Great shape in Hogan's because Santana brought in a couple of good, strong blows in the midsection of Hogan and not seemingly making any impression at all. Another body slam. Well, here's another takedown by Santana on Hogan, and still another takedown. Moving over now, maybe for a pin. Count of two. Not quite. Hogan pushes him off. Slams him into the ring. And Santana follows, and perhaps maybe 2 and 3. Had that leg up, didn't he, huh? Foregone conclusion at that point. Fans obviously don't like it, but that's the way it is. Okay, let's check your screens now, fans, and here we have a replay as we approach the pin. Santana has it pretty well going right now. Slams Hulk Hogan into the ring turnbuckle, makes a leap for him, and then in turn gets it himself. And now the official announcement.
The time of the fall, 6 minutes, 10 seconds. Your winner, the Incredible Hulk.
Well, fans show their disapproval of the outcome, but you got to buy it.
Former good guy, former villain, former good guy, and so on. His name is Gorilla Monsoon. His opponent is an all-around bad guy weighing in at 320 pounds. The 6'8" blonde-haired ho-daddy from the Muscle Beaches of Southern California, Hulk Hogan. I said we were going to meet Hulk and Gorilla, and meet is the right word. In an interview situation, talking to them is, well, like talking to Santa Claus in a department store during the Christmas holidays.
Instead of giving me the people I want now, they're making me prove myself, which I feel is a little ridiculous, but if they want it that way, I'm just going to chop the meat for them and leave them lay, and then they've got to put me with who I want to be with, you know. It's just a matter of time.
Over the years, I've had so many physical injuries, it would take me a 2-hour special to give them all to you. Just briefly, I've been knifed, blackjack, bottle whipped, cut, had cigars put out on me, broken all my ribs more than twice, both shoulders, both knees. The list goes on and on and on. But that's something you learn to live with. We're not in a team sport activity where if a guy gets hurt, you call time and you put somebody in and you wheel him out and you go. If you get hurt in a match, you have to live with that for the rest of that match. You may have to live with it for the next 10 matches.
In real life, you know, I have my friends, you know, just like everybody else does, but when it comes to sport of professional wrestling, I feel there's no substitute for victory, and how you attain victory, you know, is relies up to the individual, you know. And I take as many shortcuts as possible because, like I say, I want to stay in the sport a long time, and I feel the more time you put in the ring, the more chance you have of getting hurt.
I never worry about any match. When I go into the ring, I know in my own mind what I'm capable of doing and what another individual is capable of doing to me. Now, the only thing he can do is beat me. He can't eat me. Okay, so, and I know I've been around this business long enough. I wrestled all the greats. I know what can take place out there, and I feel that I can handle almost any situation. I remember one night in the Roosevelt Stadium in North Jersey, when the match was over, there were 700 folding chairs in the ring, and most of them were brought in physically by people. And I ended up with a very bad concussion that night, and never got back home till 5 in the morning. And I've been in the old Madison Square Garden back in the early 1960s. I was trapped up against the wall of that building for 2.5 hours outside the building, people not letting me move. People are basically sadistic. It's funny, but it's true.
Hey, look, tonight we're really going to get inside wrestling. Here are a couple of moves I bet you didn't know about. Look at this Gorilla Monsoon. He's really hurting Hulk, right? Well, let's slow things down a little. Look at that. This must be Gorilla's famous air punch. Boy, oh boy, he's so strong he can knock a guy down without even touching him. The same goes goes for his all-star airhead hand slap. What a guy, that gorilla. Oh, and there are two other people I want you to meet. They're known as Samoan 1 and Samoan 2. We had planned to interview these guys, but according to Phil Zacco, the promoter, well, they don't speak English, and they didn't bring their interpreter along. So we could ask them almost anything and get an answer like, what? Well, whatever they said, when they get into the ring, they're really fast on their feet. One thing you notice when you attend a wrestling match in person is the kindness and decorum of the spectators.
He's a chump. He's going to get a war out here tonight. You watch this. He's going to take a whooping back to Long Beach. Him and Fred Blassie ain't no good. He ain't never wrestled nobody. Man told him that last week on TV. He never wrestled nobody. Now he's going to wrestle somebody. He's going to get his war out tonight. You watch what I tell you.
Well, people want to associate with something, and we paint a picture for them of the good against evil, which is the biggest confrontation since the parting of the Red Sea. And they associate with that. They can associate with that very easily. And as I stated earlier, we're all, it's been proven, basically sadistic individuals, and we play to the sadistic tendencies of the people, and we bring out the worst in everybody. And I could become violently sadistic, no question about it.
Wrestling. It's not exactly athletics, not exactly theater. I guess you could call these guys recreational vehicles. One thing you can say about them, they sure are fun to watch. We'll be back in just a minute.
This is the final event. It is set for one fall to the curfew. Introducing first the manager, the Hollywood fashion plate, classy Fred Blassie. And now the participants in this handicap match. In the corner to my right from Panama City, Panama, 221 pounds, Steve King. And his partner from Hollywood, California, 231 pounds, Bill Berger. And their opponent, he weighs 320 pounds from Venice Beach, California, Hulk Hogan.
Fabulous Hulk Hogan. Grand Wizard. Well, sir, he's happy with his men. Lou Albano's happy, and, well, the happiest one of them all, according to Fred Blassie is himself right about now, because he has Hulk Hogan, is Iran's great Hussein. He has a tremendous stable of wrestlers. Hulk Hogan now taking on individual competition. Check it. Double competition here in the handicap match. Here we go with the action. Hogan having no problem at all with these two thus far. And I'm surprised because Steve King is quite a competitor. And I'm also surprised that Steve King would even try a shoulder block against a man of this stature.
I was just going to say that. Why in the world waste your time trying to shoot tackles at the man like you're going to knock him down when both of them a while ago each grabbed the leg trying to get him off his feet? So if that didn't work, you don't go for tackles. You know, again, I repeat, they should go in low. They should go to his ankles, you know, where he'd have no balance or leverage. But, uh-oh.
There is a display of strength on the part of Hulk Hogan. Bill Berger kind of hanging on, or I don't know. The question is, who has whom here?
Well, there's not damage Berger's going to do getting a headlock on a guy like Hulk Hogan. There's no way.
Hogan kicking Bill Berger all the way out of the ring from behind now. Are you kidding me? That's look at the breadth of this man's back. Hogan is just, there are a few people I think that could apply a full Nelson on Hogan. He's just so big. And they're right up with these. Hulk Hogan with his opponent, Steve King. King wasting no time in submitting as Hogan drops him like a sack of potatoes. And Fred Blassie, as we said before, very, very happy with Hulk Hogan's progress. As a matter of fact, I suspect Hogan has climbed and continues to climb the ladder of success in the World Wrestling Federation, perhaps faster than any other wrestler has in a long, long time.
The time of the match, 2 minutes, 46 seconds, and your winner, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan continues his winning ways here on All-Star Wrestling. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of Mr. Hogan in the weeks to come. Fred Blassie will ensure that. We'll also see more of Iran's great Hussein. Now, Mr. Hussein will join us next week, as a matter of fact. And as the fans file out of what was a capacity.
Curfew, introducing in the corner to my right from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, weighing 231 pounds, it is Paul Moret. And his partner from Stoneham, Massachusetts, weighing 235 pounds, Freddie Marzino. And their opponent is being led into the ring by his manager. It is his manager, the fashion plate of the wrestling, Fred Blassie.
Fred Blassie, along with the fabulous Hulk Hogan and the handicap
from
man.
Venice Beach, California, weighing 320 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the incredible Hulk Hogan.
He is one Hulk of humanity. Hogan is.
Fans getting a good look at Hulk Hogan. Fred Blassie getting also a very good look.
Blassie's smile on his face. He knows he has a jewel here in Hulk Hogan. Here we go. All in all, unquestionably, the 1980 wrestling season getting underway with a wrestling spectacular second to none here in Baltimore tonight. Tonight at the Civic Center, as was mentioned earlier, Dominic DeNucci will meet the incredible Hulk Hogan. Larry Zbyszko set to take on Iran's great Hussein. The tag team match indeed in store for the fans of Baltimore. The Samoans taking on Tito Santana and Gorilla Monsoon. Ken Patera battles Ivan Putski tonight. And in the main event, the World Wrestling Federation title holder Bob Backlund takes on the #1 contender, Big Bob Douglas. Hogan escaping quite easily. Bruno, earlier when you were accepting Larry Zbyszko's challenge, you seemed a little bit reticent, and you explained why, that, you know, to apply a submission hold or something like that would, you know, you just couldn't bring yourself to do it. It'd be like applying a hold on a brother or something. But it seems to me that you're going to be forced into a situation not really force, but you know, you've done it for so many years, it has become instinct. You know, you go from one thing to another. One hold leads to another. To me, it's going to be instinct, and I just don't. I think you're going to be confused if you try and hold back like that. I don't think you're going to be able to hold back.
Well, I don't know. You know, maybe a lot of people think that way, and maybe you're right, because I've never been faced with a situation like this before. But I know my feelings for this guy.
Hold it. Look at this. Unbelievable bear hug, a double bear hug. Would you look at that? Hulk Hogan. What an unbelievable feat that was. That's never been done before, to my knowledge. Hulk Hogan. Let's get the official word, then we're going to go back and speak a little bit more with Bruno Sammartino.
It is the time of the poll. 1 minute and 36 seconds, and the winner, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan victorious. With me now, Bruno Sammartino.
One fall with a 10-minute time limit, but there is only one fashion plate of wrestling, and it is Poure Blatty. And in the corner to my right, from Puerto Rico, weighing 220 pounds, here is Gomez. And in the corner to my left, from Venice Beach, California, weighing 320 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, he's a real monster. 320 pounds of him. What a disparity in the size between Angelo Gomez and Hulk Hogan. Here we go with the action. No contest thus far. Angelo Gomez, I guess I just wanted to test the strength just to know how strong Hulk Hogan is. Look at this. Hogan just so superior in strength. Strength alone obviously cannot win wrestling matches, but when you're put together like Hogan is, 320 pounds, with awesome power and with skill, with scientific wrestling skill, although he's not, he doesn't have a great deal of it. But he unquestionably has enough, and he has enough to be undefeated thus far. And very few wrestlers can make that claim. Angelo Gomez going way up in the air. Hogan at 6'7" or 8, suplexing Angelo Gomez. Gomez with a right hand. Another one. And there's just so much bulk there. There's just so much mass of muscle that the blow has absolutely no effect, or very little effect, on Hulk Hogan. Right up across the shoulder. Backbreaker. Angelo Gomez wasting no time at all. And look at this stance of arrogance here. Hogan showing us that 23-inch upper arm, walking around as if he has a trophy up there on his shoulder. Hogan hanging on to Angelo Gomez. And there you can have another look and a man who is unquestionably one Hulk of humanity. Here we go. This, of course, the suplex we saw earlier. And when you go that high, you know you're in serious trouble. Hogan keeps him up there for a while. Of course, in slow motion, it seems like an eternity. From there, of course, putting the final and finishing touches on Angelo Gomez. Down to the canvas with a tremendous crash. Let's go back up now for the official time of the match.
And here is the time. 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and the winner, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
The fabulous Hulk Hogan, victorious. He is something else again, undefeated. Being congratulated by his manager, Fred Blassie. I'm sure we'll be seeing a great deal more of Hulk Hogan in weeks to come. We shall return with more pro wrestling action as we continue in just a moment.